Guys, tell me why their relationship is so cute. That bartender better not be a spy. I will be fuming if that bartender is a spy. Fuming. Hello, my name is Joe. I review TV shows and movies on this channel. I'm currently doing Prime Target, Paradise on Patreon. Guys, I just had my first patron. I'm also doing Severance, and I will be doing White Lotus and Yellow Jackets in the future. Guys, I hope you are ready to hear a review by a Joe just coming out of an anxiety crisis, because that's what we're dealing with right now. But I enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a bit uneventful, but at the same time, quite fast. This is the thing, like the major thing I'm noticing about this TV show is that they are moving the plot along. Like, they are the complete opposite of Silo in a good way. Like, I enjoy both things, but this is moving fast. And let me explain. In the previous episode, they introduced the homophobia in Baghdad, and in this episode, they used it as the excuse for the assassination of that researcher, who we know was probably killed because he was investigating the gas leak, which wasn't a gas leak, it was an explosion planned by someone to unveil, to discover the temple, the lost, what was it? The Lost House of Wisdom. Another thing that happened really fast was Ed going to the Kaplar Institute, getting whatever he needed, and then bolting out of there in the same day. Not the same day, the next day. My theory was that the Kaplar Institute were going to be the ones to finance Ed and Taylor's trip to Baghdad, but no, baby boy and baby girl are just going. I mean, he did sign the contract. I don't imagine they transfer the money immediately, so I'm thinking that he didn't take any of their money, but still, that's where they're going. And this is what I mean with fast plot lines. Like, we knew that Ed was going to find himself there, but he's going now. I thought it was going to be a thing that would happen like in the last episode or something, because as soon as he gets there, he will discover the hidden pattern, the prime numbers, and that'll be the answer to the show. But I mean, it makes sense, because even if he discovers the hidden pattern, he's still gonna have to run away from whoever's going to try to steal it from him and possibly off him. So, yeah, I'm very happy with that. And then we also get a lot more information about the involvement of the NSA and the Kaplar Institute, which turns out they are in bed with each other. And I think it's pretty clear that what they are saying, that it isn't the NSA that is in bed with the Kaplar Institute, is certain people. Like, there are, I don't know, moles, people inside the NSA who are giving supposedly confidential information to the Kaplar Institute. But why would they do that, right? Why would rogue agents within the NSA give the Kaplar Institute confidential information and videotaping and surveillance and whatnot? Well, probably for money, because, Ed mentions it a little bit in the episode, so are we supposed to ask who funds this, or is it no question? And I think they kind of hint towards the idea that it's a no question, but whoever is funding the Kaplar Institute has enough money to buy agents from the NSA. Not just any agents, like someone high on the hierarchy, to the point that they were Taylor's boss. So rogue agents in the NSA with a high clearance level are being paid to provide information about college professors who deal with prime numbers. And then the Kaplar Institute surveils them and probably is the one who threatens them to stop researching prime numbers. But why would the Kaplar Institute not want them to research prime numbers? Because you remember what I said before, that the only organization that stood out of everyone else was the one organization that didn't seem to want people to find out the hidden pattern in prime numbers. So previously I thought these people are all disconnected, but no, these people are all connected because the NSA, well, rogue agents within the NSA are being paid to provide information to the Kaplar Institute, and the Kaplar Institute is financed by some mysterious benefactor with a lot of money that doesn't want people to find the hidden pattern in prime numbers. So these financiers, these benefactors, surely are that secret organization, association, who is trying to protect the world from the hidden pattern on prime numbers. This is the organization that I had theorized has been around for a long ass time, all the way back since the time of the House of Wisdom 900 years ago. Like a kind of secret society that keeps powerful knowledge away from people, but still exploits it for their own gain. Because why would you want to hide the hidden pattern prime numbers that can break any digital lock in the world if you weren't already using it? So this secret organization that controls the hidden pattern prime numbers, they pay the Kaplar Institute to fund research so that they can monitor research on prime numbers and allow no one to do any research on it. And so that the Kaplar Institute can pay the NSA, potentially other spy agencies, to spy on people and know at all times who is working on prime numbers. It's a complex network, but I see it. I see it coming to life. What happened? Okay. My phone needs to be cleared. Anyway. And this is how they got to Safiya. This is how they got to the old professor who died. This is how they got to Ed, and how they got, for example, to that other girl that we meet in this episode, the chess genius, whatever, who was also working on prime numbers, and they insisted that she move on. So this is what they do. They find people who are working on these very specific projects about the hidden pattern of prime numbers. They hire them and they pay them not to work on that anymore. So now that Ed and Taylor have this information, Ed knows that it all started when he saw that picture of the temple, the House of Wisdom, when he saw the hidden pattern of numbers, of prime numbers written in the ceiling, and they saw it, and that's when all of this started. So baby boy Ed, being smart as he is, knows, okay, we gotta go there. We have to go to Baghdad. And you know, character progression. Because in the beginning, Taylor had to convince him to go into the Kaplar Institute because he thought he might die if he went there. Very correctly, by the way. And now by the end of the episode, he's the one suggesting to go to Baghdad, to potentially even more dangerous place, to continue to figure out what's happening. Amazing. By the way, now that we're talking about Ed and Taylor, I really enjoy that scene where Ed clearly showed that he has absolutely no knowledge of how computers and phones work, because Taylor had to tell him word by word what to do in the computer. That was really funny. Two geniuses in each of their fields. And you know what? I'm appreciating this. I'm appreciating the fact that Ed is in a gay relationship with the bartender and that there's absolutely no tension between Ed and Taylor. I am loving this so much because I hate it when every single show makes the two main characters love interests. So I love the bartender, and I really hope that boy is not a spy. He did incentivize Had to go to the Kaplar Institute, but it seems harmless so far, and he did incentivize Had to get a phone, but he didn't buy him a phone. He got him a phone that Ed already had. So, because in my mind I was thinking, what if he suggested that Ed get a phone so that they can track him because he's a spy? But I don't think that's what it's going. I hope not. I think the bartender. I think the bartender is going to be used at some point in the show to blackmail Ed. I think that's going to be the purpose of the bartender. His purpose is to be cute and to be the object of blackmail. Is that how you say it? Doesn't matter. You got what I'm saying. So yeah, now they're going to be meeting baby girl, the professor who arrived in Baghdad. And I was screaming and crying on the floor when baby girl went into the House of Wisdom and she started tearing up because it's just a monumental discovery in her career that is like, honestly, I hope we get a lot of scenes of her exploring the House of Wisdom and of her like going through, I don't know if she can even like touch the manuscripts because they're probably really fragile, but whatever work she can do like in there, I hope we get like a really nice scene. You know, one of those scenes that where the camera is like one shot and the camera moves along as the person is moving like through the scenery and just interacting with everything. I hope we get one of those brilliant shots where we see her working and moving through the House of Wisdom and finally we see the House of Wisdom in detail through her movements, because who will love that place more than she does, or that she will? No one. So that's what I hope for the next episode. And of course, I hope that she meets with Ed and Taylor and they talk about all of this. They talk about the death of the researcher, about what's happening with the Kaplar Institute, with Cambridge, with the NSA, with all of this stuff, and that they like get the information from the walls of the House of Wisdom and then they run away and decipher it together. I mean, Ed is going to decipher it on his own. And I don't know where else, because I don't know where they would go with that information, because surely that has to be where the season is going, right? These three people with good intentions who discover the hidden pattern prime numbers, like what do they do afterwards? Because the people who run the world either want that knowledge hidden because they want it for themselves, or because it is a threat to like the world and the way it's organized digitally. So who can they go to? Maybe they would do like Snowden. They would like contact a journalist and be like, this is what we have and we are being hunted for it. And we need the world to know. But I don't think they would share that information with the public. I think they would still protect the information, but would try to find a way to like expose everything that is been going on. Because I mean, people are dying because of this. And yeah. I really think that the end of this season is going to be like a cliffhanger for next season, because I mean, it's turning out to be pretty good and for sure they're going to want to do another one. So it's just going to end up with them having deciphered everything and just not knowing what to do next. That's going to be like the end of the season for sure. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Like, I watched the episode yesterday when it came out. Usually I watch it in the morning because I'm like really super pumped, but I was so down, like so Taylor Swift down bad that I couldn't. So I just watched it in the evening and it actually lifted my mood a little bit because it was fun. And just so you understand how down bad I was, I watched it like 3 times in a row because I was having that thing when you're really down bad where time passes like really slowly for you. Like a day passed and it felt like a couple hours to me. So yeah, not slowly, really fast. Like you feel it really slowly, but it's passing really fast. Yeah, and I watched it 3 times and it felt like nothing. Maybe this isn't the information I should be putting online, but I don't really have any taboos about mental health. So there you go. Thank you for watching and come back for all the other shows I'm reviewing because I got great theories. Not narcissistic at all. This is all true. Anyway, guys, see you probably tomorrow. Bye.